There have always been some dark secrets in the music business, and now Pattie Mallette, Justin Bieber's mother, is shedding light on one of the more unsettling ones. Pattie is disclosing some alarming information on the behind-the-scenes events that influenced Justin's ascent to stardom and Diddy's part in it, all after years of being silent. Although most people recall Diddy as Justin's early mentor, Pattie's disclosures imply there was more going on than anyone knew. Pattie has revealed how Diddy's actions went beyond being encouraging to being improper when Justin was just a young adolescent. She is now coming forward to discuss the unsettling requests that were made prior to her son signing any contracts, which raises grave questions about how influential people in the business exploit young potential.
I feel funny. Is this real life?
Yes, this is real life.
I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me.
Don't touch your stitches. Bieber, don't touch your stitches.
What's happening?
No. Bieber, stop.
You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers. I have 3 fingers. Is this gonna last forever?
Justin, stop it.
Many of us are familiar with the narrative of Justin Bieber's ascent to fame, but it's easy to forget how young he was at the start. When Justin was a little child in 2008, he would post recordings of himself singing to YouTube in an attempt to get attention. Scooter Braun, a talent manager who recognized the young Canadian's promise, turned out to be that someone. The journey that would make Justin one of the biggest pop sensations in the world began when Scooter discovered him. Even though Justin was 13 years old at the time and had enormous skill, he was still a young man navigating a vast industry with the support of his mother, Pattie Mallette. Justin's early career was greatly influenced by Pattie, who acted as his main mentor and decision-maker. She put in a lot of effort as a single mother to make sure Justin's aspirations were fulfilled. Pattie recognized that Scooter's approach was the chance Justin needed to further develop his talent. She wanted to give her son every opportunity to achieve since she had faith in his ability. Therefore, Usher's appearance in the picture felt like a positive move. His mentorship played a crucial role in opening doors for Justin in the music industry and helped steer his early career. However, Justin's life was influenced by a number of people besides Usher. Justin also caught the attention of music tycoon Diddy, who has extensive ties in the industry. On the surface, Diddy's engagement would have looked advantageous because Justin's career could potentially soar further with such a connection. However, it soon became apparent that Diddy's involvement wasn't as benign as it had initially seemed. Pattie was too busy trying to handle Justin's quick ascent to stardom to completely comprehend what was going on behind the scenes. This leads us to the disturbing requests that Justin was allegedly subjected to from Diddy prior to signing any contracts. Pattie's latest disclosures indicate that Diddy's actions were everything but professional. Like many other parents at the time, Pattie put her trust in the wrong people. She was forced to agree to things she wouldn't ordinarily accept because of the pressure to make sure Justin's career took off and the deceptive methods employed by influential people in the industry.
Get through similar things that I've been through.
For the people who are watching, and the moms especially, who are saying, I've been through what you've been through, I identify with that, what advice would you give to them?
I would just say, talk to somebody and don't give up. There's hope. You don't have to stay in that dark place.
Pattie has recently shared her experiences that continue to haunt her. She remembered Diddy's weird and uncomfortable demands before signing a contract with Justin. Pattie's observations imply that these demands beyond the typical bounds of business, even though the precise details haven't been made public. It's evident that she now views those exchanges as an instance of exploitation in which Diddy took advantage of his power to control Justin and her in order to further his personal agenda. Nor was this an exceptional instance. Pattie has discussed how she felt under constant pressure to make judgments that she wasn't quite comfortable with because she was a single mother working in the field. They knew just how to play on her dreams and anxieties for her son, as she was dealing with executives, managers, and industry veterans who possessed considerably more expertise than she did. In Justin's case, it appears that Pattie was not an exception to the industry's reputation for taking advantage of unskilled talent. Though the pressure to keep Justin's career on track frequently made it difficult to distinguish between right and wrong, she still wanted to do what was best for him. It is difficult for many people to completely comprehend Pattie's challenges being a parent in the music industry. The difficulties of raising a teenage superstar extend far beyond the typical concerns of parents. She was forced to make difficult choices, frequently putting her comfort and intuition aside for what appeared to be Justin's career's greater good. Pattie acknowledges that she did not notice warning indications that something was wrong. The thrill of Justin's rising stardom and the assurances offered by influential figures in the industry blinded her. It's understandable how someone in her situation may be exploited, and that's precisely what occurred. The music industry can be cruel, and it can be particularly difficult if you're a young single mom. Pattie was thrown into a world in which influence and power determined all agreements, transactions, and interpersonal connections. Her primary goal was to see Justin thrive, but she also found herself having to make decisions that might affect her for the rest of her life. The very persons taking advantage of Justin's childhood were the ones she trusted to guide him.
But to me, he's like a little brother, he's family. Be led passion is the one thing I've said across the board, and I'm hoping that sticks. I think it's really good, for an artist to be able to spread their wings and give you their vision of what they've been able to learn, They say the student becomes a teacher. So in that way, he becomes a teacher and also a cultivator of new talent.
Thus, Usher's role in Justin Bieber's formative years was initially presented as a beneficial mentoring relationship. Justin looked to have found the ideal mentor in Usher at that time. He had the necessary knowledge to assist a budding artist in breaking into the music industry, having navigated his own ascent to prominence effectively. But among Usher's most contentious choices was introducing Justin to Diddy. At first glance, the relationship could have appeared advantageous as Diddy held a significant position in the industry and could potentially provide Justin with opportunities. However, as we now know, Diddy had a negative influence, particularly in light of the most recent information concerning his purported behavior. Discussions have been held on Usher's role in introducing Justin to Diddy and whether or not he knew what kind of atmosphere he was putting the rising star in. Even though Usher's motives were never shown to be malicious, some people still think he might have been involved in placing Justin in settings that weren't suitable or safe for a teenager. Usher's continuous close collaboration with Diddy at this period begs the question of how much of what was happening behind the scenes was known to him. Was it so he could further his own career that he ignored it? Or did he really not know what Diddy was like? Many fans and industry insiders are curious about Usher's actual involvement in Justin's early career because of these questions. The sentiment around this incident is reflected in a fan comment: Usher ought to be held accountable for sending him to Puff's residence. His own children wouldn't go there, he declared. He was aware of what was in store for him. A highly discussed event from Justin's early career is the 48-hour period during which Diddy was granted temporary guardianship of the rising star. Due to the latest accusations made against Diddy, this fact has resurfaced and acquired a far darker connotation. It may have sounded like a fantastic chance for Justin at the time to learn under one of the most influential people in the music business. However, a lot of individuals are now wondering about the specifics of this arrangement. Diddy and Justin talk about their plans for their time together over that 48-hour period in a video that has gone viral. Diddy makes comments in the video about taking Justin under his wing and introducing him to a previously undiscovered aspect of the business. Although this was initially dismissed as lighthearted humor, the recent accusations have caused grave worries. What precisely occurred in those 2 days? Why was Justin, a small child, allowed such access to Diddy? These days, this era is seen entirely differently, particularly in light of the charges that Diddy exploited his position of authority and influence to control and corrupt young talent. Re-examinations of Justin's relationship with Diddy are underway, and many people think this was a critical turning point where the rising star's career could have gone south. Since then, Justin's mother has expressed her remorse over this period of time. She said in recent interviews with Hollywood insiders that when Justin was initially getting started, she wasn't entirely aware of the breadth of the negative aspects of the music business. Pattie has voiced her sincere sorrow for some of the choices taken in the past, particularly those that involve Justin's interaction with celebrities like Diddy. She wants the world to be aware of the reality of what went on behind closed doors and the manner in which the industry sometimes functions in ways that aren't apparent to the general public. Justin has opted to concentrate on a different area of his life: parenting. while Pattie has spoken up about the unsettling facts of Diddy's behavior and the pressure she experienced throughout his early career. In order to focus on his mental health and his expanding family with wife Hailey Bieber, Justin has pulled back from the hectic world of celebrity in recent years. A lot of people think Justin's quiet says a lot. He has been transparent about his battles with anxiety, popularity, and the stress of being the center of attention at such a young age. He might be trying to avoid reliving these old wounds because of the trauma he went through as a teenager when he was thrown into the spotlight and had no safety. Rather, Justin is intent on creating a secure, tranquil life apart from the business that brought him so much suffering. His preference for parenting over celebrity is a blatant sign that he wishes to provide his family a different future free from outside pressure and manipulation. Justin hasn't said anything, though, and his mother has been the target of criticism from the public. Pattie has come under fire from certain fans who accuse her of failing to defend Justin sooner, or of letting him associate with influential people like Diddy in dubious circumstances. "I'm sorry, but Justin's mom should be held liable for letting those pimps do anything to her son," said one commenter. "You sold your son," wrote another. "You ought to face consequences." As a mother to a mother, what were you thinking, leaving your young child to spend 48 hours with two mature men, asked a third individual. From these supporters' perspective, Pattie owed it to her son to shield him from the negative aspects of the music business, particularly during his adolescence. However, what are your thoughts? Was Pattie just another one of the music industry's puppets, or might she have done more to shield Justin? Please share your opinions in the comments section below.